Hey gang, thank you so much for joining us at Texas Lobsters React. Today we've got a new friend with us. I'm Trace.
Lisa. She's my best friend since we were little bitty kids.
And that's Misty on the end. Today we're going to talk about returning to the town that Walmart left behind. I'm sure you've been keeping up with the news, and different stores are moving in and out of areas depending on what's going on politically in those areas. What would you say politically, Lisa?
I'm not seeing politically. I think because of COVID, a lot of things had to shift. That's why we see more self-checkouts than regular.
Oh, don't get me started on those self-checkouts.
Regular people checking you out. Yeah, a lot of things changed after COVID. So, yeah, well, this will be interesting to see what life is after Walmart leaves.
How do you feel about self-checkouts, by the way?
I personally think that it's awful because people need people need their jobs.
Yeah,
I mean, and I understand that you want to get customers in and out quicker, but yeah, I don't like it. I'm the one that I shop at. One day we had checkers. The next day I came in and then they had all self-checkouts. And I asked the lady, the manager, I'm like, where is all the people? And she was like, oh, well, you know, we're shifting the customer base or something.
You
she
know
said.
where they shifted them right into, right?
Where?
Unemployment. But you have to remember, people didn't want to work.
Yeah,
you know, true. They were making more unemployment.
Yeah. That's true.
during at the beginning of COVID.
Right.
So,
and it kind of goes hand in hand with what McDonald's is doing right now, because they're doing the whole automated order, and they're also having robots deliver the food to people now.
When he was traveling in Nebraska, one of the McDonald's, it was entirely robot with the exception of one person that was inside making sure, I guess the robot was doing his job. But
seems to be where we're going with everything, but not good, right?
No.
Without any further ado, let's get into returning to the town that Walmart left behind.
According to Walmart, 90% of Americans live within 10 miles of one of its stores, but not the residents of Winnsboro, South Carolina. As NewsHour Weekend's Christopher Booker reported in 2016, Walmart closed its supercenter there 3 years ago, one of 154 it shuttered across the country that year, many of them in rural areas. He recently returned to Winnsboro to see what life after Walmart is like for a small American town.
When the news came in January of 2016 that Walmart would close the Winnsboro, South Carolina supercenter, residents were shocked.
We thought it was a prank at first. I said, Walmart closing? That's the only store we have around here.
I think that the customers deserve to know something. You know, I spent a lot of money at Walmart.
The closure was part of a restructuring effort that Walmart described in a press release as necessary to keep the company strong and positioned for the future. A Walmart spokesman told the NewsHour in 2016 that there was not a single factor like profit or location that determined which stores they closed and which remained open. And just 2 weeks after the announcement, Winnsboro's Walmart shut its doors.
2 weeks.
For nearly 20 years, the store had served as the town's one-stop shop, the place where residents could buy groceries, fill their prescriptions, or just catch up with their neighbors.
Or if you wanted to see anybody, just come to Walmart. Everybody.
That's the truth.
But convenience had come at a cost for Winnsboro. Competing with Walmart's rock-bottom prices was difficult for the town's existing businesses. When Walmart arrived in 1998, the town had three...
That's the thing about Walmart is, you know, they move in to areas only after that area has reached a certain population that can support the Walmart. Then they take the business away from the small mom and pop stores, right? And then when things start to go south, they're out of there.
Yeah.
But, and what initially happens is it creates a food desert, right, for that area.
yeah.
But after a certain amount of time, the mom and pop stores can start to come back. Then you can have the True Values, you can have the small grocery stores, and those towns actually end up doing much better after the Walmart.
I don't know. Look at Odessa, Texas.
Odessa's a hellhole. Don't ever go to Odessa.
But the only thing I feel is that, yeah, it may bring the business back, but people want to go to one place where they can do all their shopping.
Right.
I mean, because think Walmart, you can get your oil changed, you can get tires, you get groceries, get your eyes checked. Some of them have nail places.
Yeah, that's true.
So get clothes.
Yeah.
Everything is like a one-stop shop instead of going to several different stores. But I think, it is important to support small businesses. But yeah, I think when Walmart does come in, it does drive out the business because the lure that they have of having everything in one place. So,
Walmart, though, traditionally has not been historically known to be good to their people.
I worked there for 3 months one time.
Not 3 months.
It was awful. Yeah, 3 months. I couldn't take it anymore. I was done.
I worked about a year at a Walmart.
Wow.
You deserve an award.
And they treated people really badly. Yeah. It's unfortunate. And apparently they treat their customers just as bad because, 2 weeks, they knew what they were doing before 2 weeks notice, right?
Yeah.
3 grocery stores and 2 department stores. By the time it left Winnsboro, only the Buy Low grocery remained. But it was downtown, about 2 miles away from Walmart, that took the biggest hit.
I came to Winnsboro a year and a half before Walmart.
Terry Vickers was president of the Chamber of Commerce when Walmart opened in 1998.
There were some smaller shops, sandwich shop, bookstore, small mom and pops on the street. And while some of those small shops were able to stay open, a few of them, just had to close their doors.
There may be some benefits of not having a Walmart here, but there'll be a gradual curve where the niches are replaced by other business entities.
How you doing, buddy? Doing fine.
In 2016, Dr. Roger Gaddy, a local physician and also the town's mayor, saw Walmart's departure as an opportunity for the town.
When Walmart comes, the small mom and pops close, so we're hoping that whenever Walmart leaves, some of the small mom and pop stores and specialty stores will reopen and has the potential to help revitalize Main Street.
If we come back, what do you think we'll see in Winnsboro?
I would like to think that you would see a revitalization of downtown. You'll see more small specialty shops downtown. You'll see more people shopping downtown. I hope you'll see another grocery store. And so that's what I'm hoping that you'll see.
3 years later, in 2019, we did come back to Winnsboro and found that at least one of the mayor's projections has come to pass. A second grocery store did open after the Walmart closed, right next to a new sporting goods store and a new discount store. And fortunes have improved for some of the small businesses that had managed to weather the Walmart years. The local hardware store says business has increased by 20% since the supercenter left. And the downtown pharmacy manager, Carrie Baker, says business has nearly doubled.
We just have more business, and our numbers have increased. We're now staying open on Wednesdays when we used to close at 1 o'clock. Now we're here all day on Wednesdays.
And there are a few new things
that day off.
Believe it or not, what convinced us to open was the fact there was nothing here.
Crystal Polk and her family moved from Connecticut to South Carolina a few years ago. Following the success of her family's food truck business in nearby Columbia, they decided to open a donut shop in Winnsboro in 2017.
People would say, Winnsboro, are you serious? Why? I'm like, why not? It was just, Winnsboro's a place where there isn't anything here, and I don't mean that in a negative, but it's a small place, so there's not a lot, but what there is, what is here is unique.
Polk says business has been steady enough that they're making plans to open a restaurant next door.
We have relationship with people, we see people who are once pregnant and now they're coming in with a little girl or a little boy, that's just super cool.
But those are the exceptions. Much of downtown Winnsboro remains like it was when Walmart closed its doors in 2016.
The businesses down here, outside of a few, are still struggling.
Gene Stevens took over as president of the Chamber of Commerce when Terry Vickers retired last December. He says about a quarter of the downtown storefronts remain vacant.
Some people are hesitant to purchase these buildings.
Walmart makes scars on the towns that they go to. They really do. And honestly, I think it doesn't have to be that way. Walmart, my opinion of Walmart is that they're so greedy, they don't work with anyone else. They want all that money to themselves. They want to pay as little out as they can to their staff. That's why they're going to all automated systems, so that the customer now has to check themselves out. And when they really could be a better player for the community, they could include other businesses. They could, and they could be a real hiring force if they wanted to. They don't. It's all about what money they can take, I think. And that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, I think when Walmart do come into areas, they do promote growth. They bring jobs, but after they leave, those people then don't have jobs to go to. So that's the sad thing, because Walmart, I live 5 minutes from a Walmart, and I think about, wow, what if they closed our Walmart and gave us only 2 weeks? We only have one other grocery store in where I live. Yeah. And I think the impact would be huge.
It would be, because the mom and pop stores wouldn't come back the next day.
Right. No, and our downtown is small, and they don't have a whole lot of things going on. They're trying to revitalize it, obviously, but that if a Walmart closed, we would be hurt. Yeah. I don't shop at Walmart, me personally, just because I don't like the experience when I go there. It just
it's very
Are you
cold.
listening, Walmart?
Very cold and impersonal.
I don't know.
Lisa said that.
I think so too.
Especially since they have withdrawn the interaction, with physical people being there to check you out. Sometimes, I get customer service because, anywhere you go, you have good customer service, you have bad customer service. But I feel like that you had people there, that was their job, that was their livelihood, and you replaced them with self-checkout. And then when you're there checking stuff out, if you don't scan something properly, then you have to wait for somebody to come over, and they have to do their little scan thing and put their code.
She or he is running 30 other registers.
Right. And I think that's frustrating, especially if you have a holiday and everybody's bum rushing, trying to get last minute things. That's a lot of stress on one person.
Right. To play devil's advocate, though, I mean, when you really saw this automated stuff coming in, it's really after COVID. It really kicked in. Yeah. And I will tell you,
people don't
that
want to work.
People want to complain. Right. People want to complain about, that it's taking our jobs away. It's, we can't get a job at Walmart. You didn't want a job at Walmart to begin with. Yeah. And you couldn't find anybody to check you out. And if you did find someone to help you, they had a bad attitude about it. Yeah. Well, scanners and self-checkouts don't have bad attitudes, Yeah.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. On the little self-checkout things, it will ask you to rate them.
Oh, I don't.
5 stars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't bother.
I rate 1 star every single time. I don't care if the price was right on the aisle, which it rarely ever is. The fact of the matter is the fact that I'm having to check myself out after I've walked around that massive store.
And you're not saving any money.
No. Not now. Not with everything going up as high as it is.
Yeah. Rent these buildings and do that work because the investment is so large up front to get them back up.
It's been 3 years since Walmart closed. Do you think Walmart owes the town of Winnsboro anything?
Me personally, I don't think so.
Is there any validity to the argument that, the community supported Walmart?
I do believe if you ask the majority of the population, they would say that the Walmart did owe, the corporation did owe something because of the way they impacted the communities. Something that will help us revitalize to get back to where we were before Walmart came.
When Walmart left Winnsboro, it did contribute $30,000 to the county's Community Development Corporation. But even those who were optimistic concede hopes to restore downtown may have been premature.
We've got some people that want downtown to be reignited, rejuvenated, and that's just not happening anywhere to amount to anything. There'll have to be some major changes in the population and for that to occur.
Mayor Gaddy now believes the fate of downtown is tied not to what happens to the storefronts, but what happens just outside of town. In December, after sitting empty for nearly a decade, the town's former Mack truck production facility was sold to a Chinese mattress manufacturer.
Go figure.
They're expected to open this year and hire 250 workers. But Gaddy's focus is on another project. Winnsboro sits between Columbia, South Carolina and Charlotte, North Carolina. State and county officials are marketing the I-77 International Megasite, just 10 miles outside of Winnsboro on a 1,500-acre tract of land, as the location of the area's next major employer. The mayor is hoping it will lure an auto manufacturer that can bring 2,000 jobs or more.
Yeah.
But if it comes, it won't come
That would be
cheap.
something good
Where
for
the
that
town really is involved with it is that we supply electricity and natural gas
They still
and
need a
water.
grocery store.
I mean, we've closed about a $12 million bond.
Well, they need a grocery store, and you're talking about auto manufacturing, which was, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if you know, but auto manufacturing it's automated.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
It's all robot.
Oh, yeah. You're
So again.
But I mean, they still have to have some people, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure, but
I know it's not. They're not putting out there to better that town.
they're
putting it out
taking
there.
advantage of it.
Yeah.
So do y'all think Walmart owed them any?
Well, here's the thing. So, okay, so what you're hearing right now in the news is companies are leaving like Chicago and Portland because of the high theft and because they can't they can't really do business, right?
Right.
This is a different story. This is a small town where I'm not seeing that situation going on. I think Walmart made a poor choice. Walmart never makes poor choices, right? But Walmart made a poor choice this one time, and they didn't have the population to support the store. And they set up shop. They couldn't support the store because they didn't have the population, because apparently this is a very small town.
Right.
And out they went with a 2 weeks notice. Do I think they owe anything? I don't, because the city has to give permission to the corporation to move in and set up shop. So they took the liability.
However, I think that they could have maybe did a smaller Walmart.
That's what I was going to say.
They have those market Walmart.
Was that a small Walmart?
No,
like
that was a super store.
Like a little,
the marketplaces.
Marketplace.
And used to, don't you remember way back when they used to test out the little towns? They would put the marketplaces in and then go back in years down the road and then build a big Walmart.
For example, I know that back in 1997 or give or take, the Walmart in Box Springs off of Lake June, it was small. And then they made it into a bigger Walmart. They made it into a supercenter.
That's right.
So they had a whole lot of growth to that area.
Right.
But I think about that Walmart. If that Walmart closed, I mean, that, they have other options.
Yeah, but there's so many people.
It's a lot, so many
area.
people.
That would never
the
happen.
population.
Yeah.
But it did start off small, and then they, grew. And so they had options for the people in that area. Right. These people didn't have any options. You went from this huge store where you could get everything in one place to nothing.
Yeah, and then everything else shut down because of it. Walmart, if you're listening, and I doubt you are, because you just don't. But if you are listening this one time, put down in the comments, did you open up a smaller store before you opened the bigger store? What are your thoughts on this? Give us some information back, because people obviously want to know.
To make sure we have a sustainable water supply for a reservoir to help with industrial recruitment.
$12 million is a big sum for a small town to gamble on recruiting a big company. But it's a gamble Mayor Gaddy believes they have to take.
To have downtown to be successful, you got to have a critical mass of people. To have the critical mass of people, you have to have the industry. To have the industry, you got to have the infrastructure. I'm kind of a basic thinker, and I said, we'll work on the infrastructure. Hopefully industry will come. When the people get here, then downtown will have a much better opportunity to flourish. And it may or may not happen in my lifetime, but hopefully it won't be too long after that.
We at NewsHour Weekend would like to hear from viewers like you.
Wow.
What comments or questions do you have about this story?
So it's almost like an environmental catastrophe where like you've had an oil spill and then it takes like years for the area to recover. Yeah. What do you think?
Sad.
You think this area will recover?
I highly doubt it unless they get another business.
Like the auto. The automaker.
But they still don't have a grocery store.
Yeah.
They still would need like.
Well, they opened that high-low downtown, but it's probably something like an old. Do you remember Brookshire's?
It looked like Sprouts.
They look like Piggly Wigglies.
A little bit.
Do you remember Piggly Wigglies?
Yes.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us at Two Texas Lobsters React. And if you have anything down to put down in the comments, please let us know what you'd like to see. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, ring the notification bell, share us. We would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all. Bye.